What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lauren Pendleton, and I love to talk about God, and I like to do vlogs, and I might do some interchangeably, but for now, today, I'm going to be talking what's in the truth of this Bible. Today, I'm going to be focusing a little bit in Exodus. I want to talk a little bit about the responses Moses has towards God in Exodus, because I think we can take a lot from them. Just to give a little backstory, the Israelites are slaves to Egypt. They've been slaves to Egypt for a very long time. And Moses was one of the children that was supposed to be sacrificed when he was a little baby, but his mom wanted to save him, so she just sent him floating down a river, and he was taken into Pharaoh's family and raised as a prince. And so he had a lot of power and had pretty much a high authority, but he saw an Egyptian do something to an Israelite that really just did not sit right with him, and so he did something about it. He retaliated, but it didn't end well for him, so he fled. He fled into the wilderness, and he was hiding. And so God is now presenting himself through a burning bush to Moses and trying to get him to make a move, to take a step into the calling that God has set out for his life. Because Moses would hide the entire time, sit with his wife, and not do anything if he could. But God is calling him out of the comfortable lifestyle that he has built for himself to go save the Israelites, to go pull them out of slavery, to lead them to the promised land that God has promised to them, land of milk and honey. And so here's a few of the responses that Moses has towards God in the burning bush scene. So Moses' first response in chapter 3, verse 11, Moses says, "But Moses said to God, 'Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?'" So he's almost doubting his ability to be able to save the people. He's doubting that God is actually choosing him. Who am I? He's not seeing the potential of being a great leader. But he has other responses. He has several. He doesn't just ask God one question. He asks him more than one question. So in chapter 4, Moses is pretty much being told what to do, how he's going to do it, what God's plan is for his life. And Moses responds again after everything that God has been telling him. Moses answered, verse 1 of chapter 4, "What if they do not believe me or listen to me and say, 'The Lord did not appear to you'?" So now he's not even focused on himself anymore. He's not seeing that. He's not just being in doubt. He is questioning whether or not he has the ability to do something because others might not trust him, that others might be judging them. And how many times do we feel a calling, a tug in our heart to do something, but we get too scared of the judgment that we might face? I mean, I'm doing it right now. Like, I'm scared to death to post on social media about God because of the backlash that I might get, that a lot of people don't believe in God, but I feel called to do it because not everyone knows about God and the greatness he can do for you. So, first response, he's doubting. He doesn't think he has the ability to do the thing that God is calling him to do, which sometimes we respond in that way too. We're like, "God, are you sure about this? Like, I am not equipped. I'm not qualified." Like, we feel like we need to be qualified to do something, but that's not true. We are absolutely qualified to do something that God is calling us to do because he knows that we can do it, because he has given us the gifts and the ability to, because he made us in his image. He made us and he knew us in our mother's womb before we were born. So he knows the potential. He knows your abilities and your gifts and what you're able to do. It doesn't mean you have to be a worship leader. It doesn't mean you have to be a preacher. It doesn't mean you have to serve so frontally in the church. Like, no. You can do subtle things. You can do it in your work environment. You can do it when you're just passing a stranger in the street. Just being able to glorify God with the gifts that you are given. Maybe the gift to just talk to someone, the gift of giving, the gift of just doing anything of that. That is your ability. That is your gift from God. to bring glory to his name. So don't ever doubt and don't ever think that you are not qualified to work out God's plan for your life, to go after it. But Moses doesn't just stop at this second response. He actually responds a few more times. And he says, Moses said to the Lord, this is in chapter 4, verse 10, Moses said to the Lord, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue." I think that is so silly, the way Moses responds, but I think it's so normal for us to blame other aspects of our life for not doing what God's plan is. Like, if God is calling you out to do something, maybe you do have a speech problem. What's stopping you? Is it the judgment of others that's stopping you from getting up and going after the plan God has for your life? Maybe it's something else. Maybe the evil one stepped into your life and rumpled it all up. Maybe you lost a limb. That's like an extreme. Or maybe something silly, like maybe you have a brain injury. Maybe you've gotten a lot of concussions. You can't do sports anymore. There's so many different things that the enemy could have done to step in to try to disrupt the plan God has for your life. But that doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to continue to glorify his name in other ways, in other aspects of your life. So don't let little things like that. Like for Moses, it was a speech impediment, but for you, it could be anything that is holding you back, that you think that you're not going to be able to do and conquer what you had in mind. But maybe what you had in mind wasn't going to glorify God in the way that he wanted you to. So don't let your disabilities, don't let the things that you're afraid to show people hold you back, because God knows the potential you have. He has set you up for greatness and he wants you to be great. And Moses responds again in chapter 4, verse 13. But Moses said, "Pardon your servant, Lord. Please send someone else." And I kind of just want to stop there because that's the fourth and final response I wanted to focus on, because sometimes we do that in our life. Sometimes we have a plan and we want to do it. Maybe God says of a plan. We have all the signs in the world that we are being pointed in one direction, but we just don't think that we are equipped or qualified compared to someone else. A lot of comparing goes on in our life. Sometimes we think someone's going to be better, or maybe that they're going to be liked more by other people, or maybe they just have stronger gifts than you. But God is sending you. Today, he is telling you to go, to live out his plan for your life. He is calling you to do great things, to bring glory to his name, to lead people closer to him, to serve him, to be good to others. Don't think that there's someone out there better than you, because you can start today. Yeah, we can respond like Moses, and sometimes it takes a little growth before we actually take that step, because eventually Moses does go. He can't refuse God. God is going to tell him to go regardless. Eventually you're going to have to take that first step, and eventually you're going to become that great leader that you want to be. Maybe it's not the head of a church, maybe it's not a preacher, but you're going to be the leader of something great. So thank you guys for coming to this video. I just wanted to share some kind words with you today. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Love you guys. Stay confident in the Lord, because he is where the joy is. Mwah.